Let's talk about this huge acquisition that may be coming. But there's an asterisk to this. There is an asterisk to it. So let's talk about it. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It seems like I just streamed like an hour ago, 30 minutes ago. But wow. Wow, look at this. This morning, I was really mad. I said I wanted to curse because this whole thing brought down Bitcoin in a big way. It should have never happened, right? And I was speculating this was due to maybe FTX themselves, because the bank run, of course, has been happening for the last few days. This is how bad it got. This is crypto quant right now. This is measuring the Bitcoin reserves. And you could see that it went from 20,000, 21,000, this is 3 days ago, to 220 2 days ago, to right now, according to Crypto Quant, there is 1.13 Bitcoins left on FTX. Imagine when you're down to 1. And this morning, someone tweeted they may even be in the negative. This is what happens when a bank run happens, guys. You don't want to lose faith or the trust of the people, because when they withdraw everything. And that is why this morning FTX stopped processing withdrawals. You know, I was looking at for like an hour, looking at their ERC20 and SLP withdrawals, and there were none, all pending. Okay? And SBF was very quiet for 24 hours. I was looking at his Twitter, FTX's Twitter. FTX was still kind of, you know, showing off their brand new offices. This morning, I showed you guys there was 3 offices they were showing off that they're about to open. You know what? They're about to become Binance offices. Just yesterday, they showed off their office in Tokyo. Brand new office. Brand new headquarters in Bahamas. Brand new Miami office. All of it will be sold off, or they will become official Binance offices. Like, this is what happens. Sometimes you think you're on top of the world, and then all collapses really fast upon you. So SBF, first of all, let's see. I have a few announcements to make. Things have come full circle on FTX. First and last, investors are the same. We have come to agreement on a strategic transaction with Binance for FTX.com. Basically, he is saying there's only one suitor, and that's Binance. No one else is going to touch FTX with a 10-foot pole or a 100-foot pole or a mile pole, because no one else has the resources to be able to do this. Okay, and then he goes on saying our teams are working on clearing the withdrawal backlogs as is. This will clear out liquidity crunches. All assets will be covered 1-to-1. Let's hope. Let's hope. That's not the asterisk, though. This is one of the main reasons we asked Binance to come in. It may take a bit to settle. We apologize for that. It may take a bit because they may not have that 1-to-1. Okay? But customers are protected. A huge thanks to CZ, Binance, and all of our supporters. This is a user-centric development that benefits the entire industry. I would say so, to knock down the BlackRock of crypto. CZ has done and will continue to do an incredible job of building out the global crypto ecosystem and creating a freer economic world. Now he has a lot of brown stains on his nose. He's all out kissing ass at this point. He has to. This is something that Do Kwon wished would happen, right? Binance or someone to come in. Unfortunately, Do Kwon didn't get a savior. SBF is, or is he? To continue, I know there has been rumors in the media of conflict between our two exchanges. However, Binance has shown time and again that they're committed to a more decentralized global economy while working to improve industry relations with regulators. We're in the best of hands. Okay, note that FTX.US is separate. FTX.US and Binance.US, they're two separate entities. So this will only be for FTX.com, which is their main exchange. All this basically saying, thank you, CZ, thank you, Binance, for bailing us out because we're about to collapse. Okay? basically, that's what he's saying. And he didn't come out and say that basically FTX is being acquired, right? I don't even see any word about buyout or acquiring or anything other than strategic transaction. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Right now, it all sounds good. It all sounds good, except there's two words we need to be careful of. CZ responds, this after FTX asked for our help. There's significant liquidity crunch. To protect our users, we signed a non-binding letter of intent, intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover liquidity crunch. Basically, that one-to-one, Sam Bankman-Fried was talking about. He may not have that, and Binance may have to give it. We'll be conducting a full due diligence in the coming days. The asterisk is, this is non-binding, okay? So, from here on out, Binance is going to do their due diligence. So, if Binance uncovers that FTX owes, let's say, $10 billion or $5 billion, and they actually don't have any assets, Binance could pull out. They're not stupid. This is a non-binding letter of intent. Okay, meaning that FTX could still be screwed. So during this, we know during discovery, we hear about like Celsius and Alex Mashinsky trying to day trade with users' funds, stuff like that. I've always speculated, I told you guys, I speculated that FTX may have been trading, maybe have counter trading behind the scenes. We know that's how SBF made his money, by using his algorithmic bots and stuff like that to do arbitrage of Bitcoin around the world. So he has the technology. Has he been counter trading everyone? Also, recently, that 1.8 billion short liquidation that happened, like 80% of that was FTX. Was that SBF getting liquidated by $1 billion, right? So this is not done yet. This is not done yet. If this due diligence uncovers some shadiness, SBF is counter trading, FTX owes more than it holds, right? Maybe they're deep 5 billion, 10 billion in the hole. Binance does not have to go through with it, and they could pull out and then the whole thing collapses, right? But I do think CZ recognizes that the market is weak. The market needs a savior right now, which is why I believe he's doing this. There's a lot to cover and take some time. There's a highly dynamic situation. We're assessing the situation in real time. Binance has discretion to pull out from the deal at any time. Non-binding. We expect FTT to be highly volatile in the coming days as things develop. Basically, if you're holding on FTT, it's pointless, okay? It's pointless. If Binance pulls out, FTT collapses to zero. If Binance doesn't pull out, they'll probably do some kind of conversion saying, hey, if you have FTT, we'll convert it to BNB. Something like that. I'm assuming that's the case. But there's still a chance FTT can collapse. I did notice that it did recover a little bit. This morning it fell to 15 or below 15. And now they're up a little bit to 17-ish. They're still like, still not doing that all that great, right? But the entire market cap pulled above 1 trillion again. So obviously, either the sell pressure stopped, or a lot of people are thinking that Binance is going to save the day and just make all this go away, right? This is the best case scenario. When Celsius and Voyager both going under, everyone was hoping Binance come in, save the day, right? But Binance didn't want to lose that money. They knew how deep in the hole both companies were. And it could be the same to the FTX. So even though I'm cheering for this, I told you guys I don't want to see FTX collapse and create another, Three Arrows Capital or Luna moment, right? It does seem like Binance is coming to the rescue, but it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Due diligence is coming, and if some shady stuff happens and gets discovered with their books, just like how Alameda had $8 billion worth of FTT tokens, right? If something like that comes out, CZ may pull out. So let's be cautious of that. But in the meantime, it's good to see that we have some pretty good news, right? We got good news. Now let's just speculate. What happens if Binance really acquires FTX? Will they keep it FTX or just take over the users? Probably they will shut down FTX, I'm assuming, right? And if that happens, FTX.US, that name is going to be tarnished. So I don't know what's going to happen to FTX.US. They're probably going to need to sell. No one's going to trust FTX, the name, anymore after it collapses, right? So I don't know what's going to happen to FTX.US. I'd be careful about that too. So I know they're separate entities, but just the name alone, they have to rebrand themselves or something. But right now, people are very, very, very excited about BNB. BNB is pumping 12%. A lot of you guys are BNB holders, so congratulations. But overall, everything has recovered in a big way. Not fully. We were still above 21,000 not too long ago. But claiming 20,000 once again is good. It's good. All right, that's all I have to say. I mean, this is just breaking news. Came out within the last hour, right after I streamed, right? And this morning, it was just bad. 7,000, 8,000 people tuning in, worried about FTX impending collapse. It still could happen, but now we have some hope. We have... So what's going to happen with Voyager? What's going to happen with Voyager? Does that mean Voyager goes to Binance now? Binance never wanted Voyager in the first place. So does that mean they're stuck with Voyager now, right? Hopefully, they're still going to pay out that 70% that SBF promised. And who's left in the space, really, to compete? No one. Celsius, they still have to have their auction. Is Binance going to buy that now? What about BlockFi? BlockFi had a letter of intent with FTX too. Is Binance going to buy BlockFi? And what about everything else? It's wild. It's wild.